Hello guys, this is Paula with a total mess going on, but I have bound two signatures and we're going to do the third one together, and we'll be ready to decorate. So hopefully this third one will go okay. I'm doing the third signature with you guys, so here we go. Hope you guys are having a great Saturday. So my template looks like it's been through the mill. Well, probably because it has. Look at this. I kind of taped two together. Because do you ever get templates that you do that you really like for your books and you want them to turn out nice? Well, this one has seen its last book. And templates are not a fun thing to make, but basically I had this one was already made, as I said, so I really couldn't show you how to do that. I guess I could do it next time, but yeah, I taped this one together to make it long enough. Crazy, that's me. So I've got the grandson. We've got the 14-year-old spending the weekend, and all he wants to do is go swimming into a movie. He's so easy. He's been super good. And then today, Lucy and Charlie came over to have some fun. So I got that folded, and now I'm going to just get my book, all my pages down like this, and I'm going to open it, make sure everything's in the upright position where it should be. I will tell you, this book is so narrow, well, 5.5 inches, that I had to really trim this paper after I got all the book put together. It just did not, it was just like boom, 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 like a mountain, more so than the normal. And so I had to go through there, and looks like everything's in the upright position, but I just like to go clear up to the center to make sure. Yeah, and then I kind of just try to get everything like it needs to be. Now, I never worry if my pages are the same height or the same width. Now, I like them to stay within the front of the cover. You know, we've got one here that I couldn't cut. See it right there? But it's fine. It's not bad at all. Okay, so I'm going to get under the camera, hopefully, and I like to put my fingers down in here after I get the paper where I want it to kind of hold it in place. And then I usually do my clamps. I have 4 of them. Okay, and I put one, I'm keeping my fingers down into the spine area so the papers can't scoot out any more than necessary. And then I scoot it up. Okay, then I go to this side of the book. Let me make sure we're still all together. And then I come around like this. Let me move this. Drive me crazy. Might give us a little more room. I tell you, if I ever have time, I'm actually going to clean off my desk. Put up some of this stuff and move on to something different, huh? Do you ever feel like you're making one particular thing forever? Okay, so I'm going to clamp the opposite side. And these clamps are really hard for me because my hands are so weak. But I managed to do it and hopefully not tear any papers in the process. Okay, so we had those down. And at this point, I flipped these little things down to hold it nice and tight so we can go on and do the other 2 sides. Now, what I do is I put my finger back down in there and kind of push, not where I tear a hole through it, but just where I can keep it from slipping back. And yeah, and you never really know. I always tell myself, you never really know what it's going to turn out like till you finish stitching it. No, that's not true. If you have correct measurements and all of that, you should be right on the target. Okay, so after you get all these in like this is how it will look. That's when we pull out our old book that you can poke holes in forever, hopefully. Get your big needle with the big eye. Get your waxed cotton cord, which is what I use. I use the waxed cord. I just feel like it works better and it makes the book stronger and your book's not flimsy. Okay, I don't just use any kind of twine. This is what I use. And so you measure, I always go a little bit out past, you measure 3 lengths of your signature, okay, or your book. And I always just kind of pull it a little bit more. I don't care if it wastes or not. I just mostly want it to be enough. Okay. If I have any left, I keep it for little things like making little mini books or whatever. Okay, so now I've got that threaded. I want to get my awl and my paper that has been, oh, I'm sorry. My paper that has been folded. And, excuse me. Sadie thinks that we have company, but we don't. So, don't you hate it when, if you're a YouTuber, you know what I'm talking about. Don't you hate it when you get in the middle of something, the doorbell rings, or somebody comes walking in your room? So we're going to get with it and get this done. Okay, so we don't have anything marked on this one. So the one we folded, which is the 3rd signature, we're going to slip it down in here and make sure you have it at the top. Always mark the side top. So always put it in the same way. You put your folded area down in the center of the spine. Line everything up like it's supposed to be. And then you get your awl. Now, I always bring these up. I get my awl and I put it in the right spot in the center. And then I kind of grab up these papers and push down. There we go. Now we're going to do that 2 more times. Here at the top, I got to get it in there first. Okay. Pull it up and hope that it comes out in the right spot, right? Which is on the seam. If you miss the seam by just a little bit, don't fret. I mean, I've missed it by quite a bit before and I've been fine. So if you ever slip off of your line or off of your fold, you want to make sure you line it up by putting your awl back in the middle, on the middle hole. Okay, looks like it's looking pretty good. You want to make sure you're coming through on the center. Yep. Especially your middle, when you're doing a 3-hole binding, you for sure want to make sure your middle has a clear hole, because you don't want to snag your needle along the way, right? Okay, so I don't take the clips off. I put my needle through the middle hole. Make sure my book is in the upright position, or my signature, and then make sure your book is in the upright position, which it is. Now we're putting the 3rd one in. Some people put the last one in and then go to the first one. I play with both ways because I feel like one is not really that any better than the other. So I've got it in there and I'm sticking it through the hole, knocking things off my desk at the same time. And I usually have to use pliers because I'm a big baby, don't have any strength, so I use those. You want to make sure you only pull one string through and then keep the other string on the other side. Okay, then you want to go into the top one, which is going to be this side right here. Come on, Paula, get with it. Okay, then you want to make sure you go up into your signature in that same hole. It's okay as you're doing the holes and putting the needle through, it's okay to let me get this through here first and I'll tell you, to let your signature and string kind of be separated like this and loose makes it easier to get your makes it much easier to get your needles through. The only time I ever have trouble with needles no, that's not true, because I have trouble with something all the time. But as far as bookbinding, you want to make sure you don't let this slip through like I just almost did. Pull it back through. Okay, now you just want to make sure one end comes out that side there, or out that hole. Okay, now you're going to take your string that's back on the inside of the signature, and you're going to bring it across, and I usually bring it underneath. And then we're going to go down into the bottom hole, or the hole that we did with our awl, and I usually stand it kind of straight up so it can get through there. And then I pull it back through here. Okay, now I've got my string out there with me. Let's make sure nothing's hooked up here. Okay, now this is the point that you're at where you have to get your you want to make sure everything's tight like this. I'm all over the place when I do a book, I'm sorry. And you want to make sure that you don't snag the binding thread whenever you're going back through the center, okay? And it's kind of a hard thing. I mean, it wants to grab because it wants to go right back in that same hole. So let me get it. Oh man, that's never happened. It went straight through, and hopefully it didn't snag anything. I'm going to pull this through, and once I get this through, I'm going to unhook these little hooks once I know I didn't snag anything for sure. Because sometimes it's hard to tell. Come out of there. I may have snagged it. It's not wanting to. Let me look back here. No, you go along, you think you're having it so easy, and why is it doing that? Oh, no, I didn't snag it. It tied itself around one of these. And this can happen too. Just so you know, your thread can get kind of twisted around and hung on something else. Just be gentle and see it just twisted around this rope. Most of the time it's something very simple. Let's see. Let's get this one through here. This is the little culprit right here. So we need to grab hold of it and pull it back through. Come out of there. Sorry my hands are in the way, but you'll see what I did. Just like that. Just unhook it so it has freedom again. Turn your book towards you and continue to pull everything through, hopefully without any problem. Okay, take the needle off. Unhook your clips. One of the important things you want to remember when you do your binding on your books is that you have your holes located the same on every signature. Otherwise, you can have one signature this up high and one signature down low, and I mean it can really look bad if you don't. Okay, I say that like I've done it. It's part of the learning of bookbinding. You find out every little thing that can happen pretty quick. Okay, so you always want to make sure nothing's twisted or holding this, because if you tie off before then, it's just going to be a hassle. So you want to take both strings, make sure that this string that went straight across the center of the spine, the signature, make sure you have a string on both sides so you can tie a knot onto it. Okay. Sorry about that interruption. Right now she is digging in her crate like she's got dirt in there or something. So I'm going to tie this, make sure I get it good and tight, and then tie it back again. Now, I did end up trimming a bunch of pages because I didn't like them sticking. They were so wide, even though I followed the measurements, that they were sticking out the side of the book. Yeah, that's not cool, huh? Not cool. Okay, so like I said, we'll decorate the end of the book, or the front of the book, at the end when we're doing our finishing touches. Now I'm going to trim these all the same length, what's left over here. I keep them that long because I don't know till the end if I'm going to end up putting beads on there or not putting beads on there. I'm not into the beads that much anymore. I think they look cute on Christmas books and little girls books and just, you know, that type of thing. So let me put my clips off the table here, excuse me. Put my awl back up after I chase it down. Put my needle back in my little bucket here and get all that out of the way. Now, put the lid back on. Put the punch book back in the box, and you're set. Oh, gotta put up the pliers. All right, so let's go through and see what we ended up with. Look how perfect. See how this is all the same height? I was worried because it was so small and we had very little space. I would rather have more height on the top and have it more flush on the bottom than to not get it straight. Okay, so let's kind of flip through it so you can see it is now a book, and I really like the way it's turned out. I am going to have to go back and do some inking along the sides. Now when you trim off your pages, you will have your pages just kind of flow out, but it does lay better and everything. So let's think about what we want to do. Let's work on some of this ephemera. We have enough time to do that, so I'm thinking, why not? Let me put this tin can thing up here that I keep all my ephemera in. So let me show you what I've started. I hope I have everything out to do this, since I said we're going to do it. So I took an Edith Holden sheet and I made an envelope. This was almost the right size. Like, I actually had to make these really short on this side. So I just laid it down and just cut in on this section here on the sides and on this side, and then just rounded the corners, left these little hinges out here, folded them in, came up, and there is your, you want to make sure, like this butterfly's flying upside down. He's going toward the flowers, Rachel, and they're flying down and into the flowers. And so I inked everything, and now what we need to do is get our glue and we're going to glue it down right here. You don't want to get it on the other part because it's going to make it kind of... Now you guys know how to, most of you know how to do this without any problem. I'm expecting a delivery, and here it is going on at, well, it's 7:30 right now, nearly a couple minutes off, and my package still isn't here. But I checked on it about an hour ago, and it says it's still in transit, so hopefully I'll get it. There's nobody here to answer the door, and I'm always paranoid that somebody's gonna steal my package, especially this package. Guys, prepare yourself for Christmas. I spent $149. Yes, I love you guys that much on Christmas things for this season. They came out with some of the I took this old book sheet, folded it, it was one of the glue books, folded it together, cut it the right length to fit inside here, and we're going to do a collage in a bit. We're going to save all the collaging stuff to do in a video by itself, okay? So we're just putting the envelopes together. This envelope is from the kit. It's Elsie Bell's Bookshelf on Etsy. Okay, is where you get the windows and doors. I think it's called windows, actually. Okay, so this was pretty much picked for me, so I just am going to fix all the envelopes, get them gluing nice and full, have plenty of time to glue, and then we're going to make the, I think we're making a collage one for this as well. Oh, I think I put a little bit too much glue right here, of course, because it doesn't go all the way up like my Edith Holden envelope. All right, had to roll all that glue off because I went nuts. So we're going to also do a collage tag to go in here. So we have two things put together. Where's the other one? We have one more of those, and I don't know what I did with it. I'm looking. Okay, I know I go. Oh, there it is. This one's cute. It has a window on it. And I like how it has like wood, you know, slats there. So that one's all inked and ready to go as well. And we just need to put it together with some glue so it can be drying nice and strong as well. That way when we actually put the journal card that we collage in here, it will be nice and strong. And I just did the very same thing. That's one thing about these type of envelopes that have the flaps at the side. I always go too high. It's like I don't learn. It's like I'm not thinking. You think that's what it is? I'm not using my noggin, as my mom would tell me. You need to use that noggin, as she taps me on the head. You think before you do things or say things. Okay. Okay, got that side. I'm nice and gluey now. So we've got our book bound, and all I gotta do is ink the outside edges a little bit, but that's boring. I don't want to put you through that. So it's basically just inking the one side of the page where I trimmed it down. And let me get a wiping. And we'll go from there, and we'll get us our journal going here. Also, I've decided what I'm going to use for, instead of cutting tabs to put on this side, I'm going to use a different thing. We won't do that till right before the end too, probably. Okay. I decided to do this as a 3 journal because, you know, it is a smaller book. Let's have to see how it turns out. Okay, this one is ready to dry. It will be like this. Now I might go back. I haven't like necessarily decorated anything. Couple things, but I've got to go back and do something with that. Now we have like a Hermelinda, I think is what Gail calls them, tags. I have 2, one that flips out and one that flips up. I've inked everything, so I am going to, I did a little white map on here, a matte on the tag to set behind the little window that's pink. I didn't want them to blend together, and I like the way it looked, so I like matting. I don't know about you guys. I like to mat in my albums and stuff like that as well. So we're going to put this down on here. Whoops. Look what I did. I put it on the wrong side. So we're going to do this one later when I can cut another one. Oh my goodness, I need to get my head together. See, I don't have my head together because I'm waiting on that package because I spent so much on it. I don't want anything to happen to it. My husband took my grandson swimming. I don't expect they'll be gone that long, but it is getting dark now, so maybe they will. He's been really good. His name is Oliver Stiles, and he is my second grandchild, second grandson. He's the second. Was born the chubbiest little thing, and now he's nice and thin and trim. He looks the most like my son. Okay, when he was that age. Okay, now I put this on blue, a darker blue than what the tag is, because it just looked like it was laying there. You know what I mean? I just like them to look like they're decorated. And I just thought these windows are so cute. I wanted to make sure I used all the little journaling tags when really they're more to decorate with because they're too small to really journal on. Except maybe this one, it's a little bit bigger. There's a couple big ones, but pretty much they're all pretty tiny. And I like putting things on my pockets and tags and all of that anyway. Okay, now put this right here so we can glue it down. Now all we're going to do is kind of decorate the fronts of these, and then we can go back and when they're dry and put them in the book. We'll do that in the next video. I am going to go back to the altered book at our Christmas series. I'm actually going to, during the Christmas series, I'm going to do a Christmas card. I know a lot of you need to get started on your Christmas cards, don't you? I've had requests to do a card video, so I'm going to do that. My subbies speak and I answer in a nice way. Okay. All right. Make sure there's nothing sticking to the back. It's little glue boogers that fall off of other things. All right, so there we go. Simple. I may go back and put a fake little thing there. Now, this is, let me grab this other paper here, and we can go ahead and put a mat. I'm sorry, just a second. If I have a piece of cardstock handy. I don't know if I do or not. Let's see if it's the right size. It doesn't look like it is. Nope. Well, I know there's some down in here, but I'm not going to spend all our time digging for it. As I dig. Here's one. Here's one. Okay, we're just going to cut another one out. How's that? I think this will be just the right size. I'm just going to cut around this with my scissors. I just kind of give like 1/8 of an inch around it. Or something like that. I don't go too crazy. That one's not as straight as I could have done. Let's straighten it up. And same here. I don't go for perfection, so we don't have to worry about that. I'm going to put a little bit of ink on the white so it won't be so white. Okay, move this out of the way. And let's go ahead and glue it together. And I'll try to get it right this time. Sometimes I crack myself up. Isn't that sad? It's like, what are you doing? Okay. I thought the pink on pink looked cute, so the nice thing about this journal, it has all different colors in it, but in a way that looks cute, I think. Now I'm going to put this down here. Okay. I'm going to look and see how far along we are here too. I just realized that my husband had not put the video for today up. You have to tell him everything. I told him about it, but he either slept and forgot or I don't know what. But anyway, I'm sorry guys, it didn't go up this morning, but as soon as it loads, it'll go up tonight. And then this one is supposed to go up tomorrow sometime. It's kind of different on the weekends. We just kind of do it when we can. There's this cute little window with a flower pot. This little kit couldn't get any cuter. Now I made a pocket. I just laid it out like, laid the paper out like this, and I pulled this from the side of the paper so it would give me a place to do a little, you can tell it's not that neat, but it came out cute. And then I rounded the edges. After I folded everything up, I rounded the edges, and I didn't even do one on the corner. I just did it like this and like this, folded it down, and you want to glue it along here. Now remember, on this one you can poke holes, or you can leave it open until after you've bound the book. You can bind this in with your signatures. So if any of you are interested in seeing me make that, I would have waited, but I was not going to get with it and get this book done like I wanted. I have not been making books as regular as I normally do, and so I'm trying to get that problem changed. I got to get in the swing of making a lot of books like I did last year. I kind of have been lax on it and been doing other things, and that's okay. I just want to do what's fun and entertaining to you guys. Okay. So now the seam is right here on this side in the front. You could make that the back and make this the front, however you want to do it, but it's going to be the front for me. Now, I was thinking, I've got this little window here, and I was thinking about putting it down in this corner and doing a corner punch, just like the punch that's right there. Okay. Now, just to be different, and we can also make it be a tuck. So how's that? I think that works. Let's do that. So we're going to put glue on this side. My glue is trying to get thick because my fan is running. I hope that's not too noisy for you guys. I've had a lot of you say you don't notice it, so. Boy, but when I'm under these lights, I don't know about you guys. Woo. Okay. So my son-in-law came over today. He's working. We've been working. Okay, this isn't the first time. We've been working for a year to put me a website together. So, we got more serious about it this last few months, but I told him I'm in no hurry. When it's done, it's done. So it should be pretty interesting because I've been letting him pick everything. He'll get in my stuff and pick out what he wants to put in backgrounds and stuff, and I'm like, whatever. So you know how it is when you let a boy do that. You don't know what you're going to end up with. So I'm thinking maybe I want to round that corner too, now that I've glued everything down. Let's get up in there and then we can fix it. Yeah. Get a little ink going right here. That way you don't have it getting snagged as much. And then we'll come up with something cute to go in the pocket when we start filling pockets. Now, I mean, this would look pretty with some lace, and we're just gluing things on the fronts right now, and if we decide to do that, we can. Okay, so I've got this little window here that I turned sideways. I just trimmed a little bit off the top and bottom. I'm going to put that on the front of this little pocket because I thought it would be cute. It didn't have room for a mat, and I don't think we need to mat everything. It looks like something you'd buy at Hobby Lobby and hang on your wall. That's what it reminds me of. This is the pocket to this bigger library pocket. Okay. I'm not worrying about this being perfect. I know the window is not perfect, just so you know. I know that already. But it's okay. It's already leaking out on me. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to get through this part of it before my grandson gets back, because he likes Grammy's attention too. I just thought I'd run in here and do a video while they were gone. That's why I'm working kind of fast. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Now this is what I'm doing to put, I'm actually going to make it my library card. So I just cut like a tag and then a little thin rectangle, and I'm going to lay this down face down, lay this down face down, and I'm just going to slide that back here all the way down. Make sure it's centered, because I think there is a little give right there on the side. I did that totally wrong. Oh, help me, Rhonda. What? It's because I'm trying to hurry. I'm going to go ahead and glue it on here, even though it's too big, because I put the flaps down. The flaps were really supposed to go around to the back. So, yeah, they were supposed to come wrap around here and wrap over, and that would keep it from not being level and so forth. Sadie hears her mom, her daddy, and her cousin, or whatever you want to call the dog and the grandson. Okay, here we go. As soon as I finish this, we will cut it short tonight. This will be up in the morning, and I may put another one up tomorrow since we got this shorter one. It depends with my grandson here. He'll be here tomorrow, and he won't go home until tomorrow evening probably. So all right, there we go. Isn't that cute? And I'm going to put a library card that we decorate in here, and we'll be set to really get pretty good, get pretty far along, because these are some pockets, just a couple things, and then we're going to do our collages in the next video. And we have, let's see, how many things to collage. These go in the small envelope, and there should be another one around here somewhere. I'll make sure we have it for the video. It's like somebody comes in here and just touches my stuff. Okay, so those will go in there. This is going to be a double pocket tag. This is going to go in the Edith Holden, and these two, I don't remember, I think I'm just making them journaling cards. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it's only like 40 minutes, but I will see you again in the next video, where we're gonna create ephemera, or I might throw a altered book video in there, or I might throw in a Christmas. So I don't know what order yet, but just look for it. See if you can figure out what it's gonna be. See you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Thank you guys.